Hi there everyone, and welcome back to another very exciting chess game, this time between Harry Nelson Pillsbury and his opponent Constant Burille. His full name is Constant Ferdinand Burille. So he was a chess master from the United States. He was a pretty famous and a very strong chess player at this time in 1891. And Harry Nelson Pillsbury, we know that he is absolutely a legend of chess in the 19th century of chess. But at this time, Pillsbury was seriously an unknown chess player. The reason is because Pillsbury started playing chess at a very late age. So at this time, Pillsbury was actually only 19 years old in 1891. But in today's standards, of course, 19 years old is not a very young age for competitive level chess. But at that time, it was not so old. And also, this is very important, he started playing chess at a late age. Like I said, he was, I believe, 17 years old or something when he first ever started playing chess. So basically, in this chess game, maybe you noticed, funny enough, but the American chess master, Mr. Burille, very strong chess player, amazing player, you know, he gave odds against Pillsbury. So you can see that he doesn't have his pawn on f2. Is he asking for trouble against Pillsbury? Again, Pillsbury was unknown. So because of that, maybe he thought that, okay, I'm going to, you know, smash this young fella. I'm going to destroy him and show him a little lesson. Well, he was actually, Burille was such an important chess master. He was even the operator of the chess playing automation Egypt, which is an interesting device. So this is the picture of Egypt chess playing automation. I don't know why it always has to look like some oriental barbarian warrior figure, you know, some eastern barbaric warrior figure, but the answer is very simple actually, because in the early 19th century there was another chess playing automation, and that was the first ever chess machine that plays chess. Of course, a chess master was a very small, physically small chess master was hiding inside of this machine and operating. So the Turk was actually the first chess playing automation, which was similar to this machine, but it looked a little bit more different than this. And in 1808, the Turk actually played a game of chess against Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1808, when Napoleon Bonaparte was at the height of his powers, he was the strongest, the most powerful man in the world. Napoleon Bonaparte, of course, commanding more than 80 plus battles, controlling hundreds of thousands of men, smoke everywhere, you know, fighting more than 80 battles, conquering Europe, invading Egypt, invading Europe, Russia. The man, Napoleon Bonaparte, played a game of chess against the Turk in 1808. So that's why Turk became very famous, and this style continued. So we didn't see any, you know, European knight figure as a chess playing automation. I think it would be cool, or maybe it would be also cool if we could see a samurai, you know, as a chess playing machine. Okay, sorry for the very long speech, but I have to show you this chess game. So Pillsbury was a completely unknown player, a young chess talent, and soon Mr. Burille realized that this fella was the wrong fella to give odds. He realized that in the hard way. Pillsbury was one of the, maybe the most talented chess player in the 19th century of chess. So, okay, let's begin. So e4, d6, and we have this setup. So pushing the pawn and bishop to g5, So you can see that black surrendered his f-pawn, so quickly mobilizing the army. And then h3, g5, bishop to d3, knight to g6, and then castling from the queen side, bishop to d7, knight to e2, queen to e7. So black is planning to castle in the queen side. So knight to g3, Pillsbury also castled in the queen side. So knight to f4 and targeting the g-pawn, knight to e1, defending the g-pawn, and then c5, c4, fixing, knight takes, queen takes. There is nothing interesting so far. So castling from the queen side, queen to a3. Now Pillsbury is aiming the a-pawn. So black is defending that with the king, and then b4. So this young fella, this unknown chess player named Pillsbury, is actually behaving very badly. So Mr. Burille played b6. Of course, if capturing the pawn, it would be a disaster because it is going to liberate the bishop and we can land on a7 with check. So we have b6 and then b takes on c5, b takes on c5, knight to d3, king over. So fighting for the open file is the idea, and Pillsbury did a similar idea. We have king to d2, rook over, and then rook to b1, placing the rook in the open file and controlling the open file. So rook to c7, and Pillsbury wants to double on the b file, and this is what he did. So rook takes on b3, and then queen takes on b3, and at move 25, this unknown chess player named Pillsbury is threatening checkmate on b8. How to defend? Well, you can't defend with the rook, so black is forced actually to go back queen to d8. Because if you go back with the rook, then queen to b7 is going to be checkmate. So we have queen to d8, and it is white to move. Guess white's next move. Harry Nelson Pillsbury played a killer move in this position. So let me give you a few seconds. If you want, you can also pause the video. Pillsbury didn't miss the best move. Okay, did you see the move? Okay, actually that's the top engine move. Pillsbury played bishop takes on c5, smashing in with the bishop. But black didn't capture the bishop, and black played bishop to a4. Deflection idea. Can you see why capturing the bishop is actually impossible? If capturing the bishop, then we have d6, and where is the rook going? If defending the rook, which is one of the only safe spot, then queen to b7, checkmate. Deflecting the only defender of the checkmate threat on b7. So bishop takes on c5 was a very, very strong move by Pillsbury. It looks like a punch in the face. So we have bishop to a4, simply capturing, and the damage has been done. D takes on c5, but you can see that Pillsbury has a passer, and he played queen to b5 again. He says, don't go back with the rook because I'm going to checkmate you. And knight goes back, and then knight in by Pillsbury, and this was actually the best move, and black is in big trouble. Mr. Burille played bishop to f8. Why not? I mean, it basically drops the e-pawn. But why not bishop to h8? Actually, this also doesn't make any sense because this time the h-pawn is going to drop, I believe. But there is a stronger move. So can you see why Pillsbury actually placed his knight on f5? Because basically he wants to support his d-pawn, so d6. And actually black is in trouble, so where is the rook going? So you can see that landing on c5 is also possible. Disaster everywhere. A very difficult position. And if knight takes on d6, can you see what happens? Then we can capture the knight. And if queen takes knight, checkmate, lights out. That is going to deflect the queen. So black is just defending the mate threat, but knight to f5, and white has much better position with a pass pawn, and white is 2 pawns up. So I'm sure at this moment of the game, Mr. Constant Burille realized that this was the young fella to give odds actually. So this was a match with giving odds against Pillsbury, and he got brutally smashed by Pillsbury. Pillsbury defeated Mr. Burille very easily. He was an incredible talent, even though he started playing very late. It doesn't matter because he was a talent with a photographic memory. Just after 2 years later, after starting to play chess, Pillsbury was the undisputed strongest chess player in the whole United States, in the New York chess scene. So, okay, and later, as you know, Pillsbury won the Hastings chess tournament in 1895, the strongest chess tournament in the 19th century of chess. But because of his illness, unfortunately, Pillsbury died at a very young age, and he couldn't realize his full 100% potential. Because of that, according to some chess experts, they say he would be the world chess champion, basically. If it was not for his illness, maybe he could defeat Emmanuel Lescar. So we have bishop to f8. As you can see, defending on d6, but then dropping on e5, and everything is falling apart. White is 3 pawns up. So queen to c8, and then knight in, threatening checkmate actually, queen to b8, queen takes queen, rook takes queen, checkmate. So rook to b7, and why not exchange everything when you are 3 pawns up? So this is what happened, queen takes, rook takes, king takes, and then knight to d8, check, and then knight to f7. If you push this pawn, we can capture on g5. Actually, I'm nitpicking a little bit, but in this position, knight to e6 would be more accurate. I mean, where is the bishop going? Also, you can see that targeting on c5, but it's okay. Knight to f7 was also accurate as well. What do you think? Fun, isn't it? Amazing. Pillsbury was simply one of a kind. And he was the first, I believe, the first chess player who could play blindfolded chess against 20 plus chess players simultaneously. And at the same time, he could also play checkers. Unbelievable. Pillsbury was seriously unbelievable. I would like to show more chess games of Pillsbury in these days. So stick around. If you think that Pillsbury was interesting, I have more chess games to show by this incredible, unbelievable chess prodigy talent. So this is how he defeated Mr. Burille. He resigned in this position. Everything is falling apart. Pillsbury is going to be basically 4 pawns up in this position. So, okay, thanks again. Just stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.